Hello, folks, and welcome to Wind, Reel, and Print. My name's Ryan.
My name is Kevin.
There we go. And today we're talking about Howard Hawks, a director that we are somewhat familiar with on this pod.
Oh, yeah.
We have gone down the Screwball lane and have discovered some of the great gems of Howard Hawks, those being Bringing Up Baby and His Girl Friday.
Yes.
Very fun, have been very influential in our understanding of a lot of things, especially because mumblecore has been a part of this podcast in multiple iterations, and so has film noir, and all of these things kind of come out of this Screwball world.
Yeah.
And Howard Hawks is obviously a big part of
Screwball.
Cinematic history and Screwball. We've discovered, though, that it's bigger than that, obviously,
Right.
with these new films that we are adding to our Hawks
Repertoire.
understanding.
Yes.
We've got 2 Westerns, a film noir, and a musical.
Yeah. Fucking eclectic.
It is eclectic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of see how he represents like old Hollywood
Yes.
in a way with these 3 genres, because in Screwball, because those are kind of what we're dealing with during that time period.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how much he defined these genres too. Like he's kind of who set the mark for a lot of them in a weird way.
Yeah.
And I guess not so much noir, but definitely for Western.
Well, wasn't Big Sleep the only noir to come out? Like it was some important thing during the 40s.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so I do know the Big Sleep.
Oh, during the war.
Yeah,
maybe.
it was 46, I think, is when it came out. So it came out right after.
But it was produced in 1944.
Oh,
And it was delayed release.
makes sense.
Wanting to release war movies in anticipation of World War II.
Have we only ever done? We've done Catherine Bigelow.
Mm-hmm.
Any other
Altman.
director? And Altman.
Godard and Karina.
Godard. Corinna.
And
I think that's it. Well, we certainly have we have a long list of options, but we just haven't made it there yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. Right?
So that is a very we're
Short
now
list.
It's a very short list.
Yeah,
And Howard
yeah,
Hawks it adds to it, and it's great that was already on our radar
Yeah.
as someone,
Right.
and especially after watching and talking about Bringing Up Baby and His Girl Friday.
Yeah.
I was really excited to dive into these and get a better understanding
Yeah.
of the man.
So talk about, because you had mentioned like how those 2 movies, Bringing Up Baby and His Girl Friday, kind of like set an expectation for you. What was that expectation? What do those movies kind of bring to you? And then what did you, I guess, bringing us into what did you learn and what did the other movies kind of add to your understanding of Howard Hawks?
Yeah, I think that both of them were romantic, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, there is a
Centering
romantic
romance, yeah.
Yes. And I guess that's part of the Screwball thing. And so I was seeing him as a very kind of romantic kind of director,
Sure.
but in a fun way. Both of those movies being very fun, very fast talking,
Yeah.
very energetic. And they did feel really ahead of their time
Right.
in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And especially Bringing Up Baby. I mean, it was ahead in almost all regards, even in terms of like, I was going to say CG, but special effects, visual effects, with the leopard. Yeah. So there was a lot of things where I'm like, okay, kind of like Billy Wilder. I was going in being like, all right, I'm going to get, I'm going to get like defining art, like something that I can look and like be like, okay, movies branch off of these movies. Like
Sure.
these are like, I see. He has this sense. He was a trendsetter. I guess that's another way to put it.
Yeah.
Was me going into this. Now, I definitely, as I was watching it, and these 4 movies, which we should briefly talk about in a second, but
Sure.
I was definitely not immediately like, oh, this movie's doing something I've never seen before, or where like Bring Up Baby and His Girl Friday just felt really fresh, even though like I've seen what's come out of them.
Sure.
There was a freshness to them. These ones, I felt like I was like, oh, I've seen this before. Like I've seen these tropes being used. They didn't feel as special, I guess. But
Sure.
the more research you do, the more you find out that they are actually very special.
Right. These are the things that defined what you know.
But when we are living in the year of our Lord 2025, it's hard to be like, oh, that was the movie that did those things.
Yeah.
But let's briefly go through these movies here. Starting off with, I guess I'll go in order here. The Big Sleep, 1946, starring Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall.
Yes.
A film noir. This is the tagline in a classic old, focusing on the actor sort of way. The picture they were born for is the tagline of the movie for Humphrey Bogart and Lauren Bacall.
Okay.
Private investigator Philip Marlowe, great name, is hired by wealthy General Sternwood regarding a matter involving his youngest daughter, Carmen. Before the complex case is over, Marlowe sees murder, blackmail, deception, and what might be love. God, I love those.
Oh, gosh.
So that is The Big Sleep. Up next, coming out in 1948, at least according to this, Red River. A Western, John Wayne starring, along with Montgomery Clift, who is also a...
What the heck?
What's the word? I guess a hunk of the era. I'm trying to think of what it is when you're kind of like the new male star. Red River, following the Civil War, headstrong rancher Thomas Dunson decides to lead a perilous cattle drive from Texas to Missouri.
Tashish.
During the exhausting journey, his persistence becomes tyrannical in the eyes of Matthew Garth, his adopted son and protege. Okay, so you got it there.
Nice.
Get a little conflict, little family conflict. Then we go to jump into the 50s with a musical, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, 1953. Starring...
We know a thing or two about musicals.
I don't know if we've ever really talked seriously about musicals.
Yeah, definitely not for more than an hour and a half.
No. Starring Jane Russell and Marilyn Monroe, to name a few.
Amongst others.
Yes, the tagline, the two marvels of our age in the wonder musical of the world. God, I love it. Lorelei Lee is a beautiful showgirl engaged to be married to the wealthy Gus Esmond, much to the disapproval of Gus's rich father, Esmond Sr., who thinks that Lorelei is just after his money. When Lorelei goes on a cruise accompanied only by her best friend Dorothy Shaw, Esmond Sr. hires Ernie Malone, a private detective, to follow her and report any questionable behavior that would disqualify her from the marriage. So there you go. You get a little screwball-y action, something going on there. Like it's a little bit of fun on the boat.
Yeah. Channeling the screwball energy.
Exactly. It's like a screwball musical.
Yeah.
It's got that energy for sure. There's a lot of really funny scenes. Yeah. Oh yeah. Some Like It Hot is a great comparison.
Yeah. Obviously Marilyn Monroe.
Yep. And then our final movie of the evening, 1959's Rio Bravo, starring once again John Wayne and Dean Martin.
Hey.
We get a phenomenal scene of Dean Martin singing.
Twice.
Yeah.
They mentioned that in the Greta Gerwig podcast. They're like, we get 2 songs. These guys are so awesome. They'll sing to us twice. And we're okay with that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The tagline for Rio Bravo, they fought back to back, no quarter given, no quarter asked, no way in, no way out of Rio Bravo.
Hey.
And the premise, a small-town sheriff in the American West enlists the help of a disabled man, a drunk, and a young gunfighter in his efforts to hold in jail the brother of the local bad guy. I kind of thought he was the local bad guy, but I guess, and then the brother of the local bad guy shows up, but I guess they're thinking about it the other direction, which is funny. So yeah, that's Rio Bravo. So those are our 4 Howard Hawks films. We made an interesting realization earlier today before the pod that Howard Hawks has no movies in the Letterboxd Top 250, which is interesting.
Seems like a crime against humanity.
I made a comment that he does feel like a director's director.
Yeah, like your favorite director's favorite director.
Exactly, yes. Yeah. And
because, to put that into light, someone described him as like the essence of Golden Age Hollywood. And so he kind of is like setting the groundwork for like a lot of the things that we know movies to be. And so I guess that kind of makes sense of him not being very popular or whatever, because when you think about, I think it's important to note, like during this era of Hollywood, there was no auteur, right? He's kind of like the proto-auteur in that like he has a style, he has a way of working, but it's not like super recognizable yet. And he kind of has to blend in with the system. Mm-hmm. And you really see that with all of his work. Like he has a lot of great movies, but nothing that like changed anything because he was a part of the system.
Yeah.
You know, he's just making things that fit into what people want and what people like.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just great pieces of entertainment, but it's not like Citizen Kane. It's not like Wizard of Oz or like, I'm trying to think of other, you know, even Singing in the Rain has more to offer than a lot of
Prefer Blondes or something. Yeah,
totally. Or even in compared to his other movies. And it's interesting how like we know John Ford as like the Western guy, but he started that. Like he introduced John Wayne to John Ford because of Red River, and helped John Ford start his career. So it's like we kind of mistake these things when they're actually Howard Hawks.
Yeah. Where do you want to go first? Do you have a?
So I don't know. Like, let's start. I mean,
I want to see where you might. I mean, I'm always fine to go by timeline, but I'm just wondering if there's like a
way to go about it.
I know you did some reading and a little bit of research, and
sure, yeah. I mean,
what pulls it out the best?
That's a good question. I feel like there is no way. Because like, I guess an opening question, like, do you feel like there's a Howard Hawks movie? Like, what's a defining thing for you? Because I think that's a big topic with him as like a entry point. Because a lot of people will say he doesn't really have a style.
And you know what? I'm going to be that person, I think, on this panel. Sure. And I'm not going to say it definitively. Yeah, I just don't think I know it.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah. I think the way I'm describing it almost is like his style is making a good movie.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like coming in and using the tools and doing these things. And I think the history bears that out to be true, that he was like the director's director is kind of like what that is.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you? What's your because you I think you had said to me earlier that you do think you have a little sense of what a Howard Hawksian thing is.
Yeah. Off the rip, because like at least for me, characters like writing is super important. I feel like in his movies, like story is like a big part of the construction of it.
Yeah,
and a lot of them are really beautifully shot. I would say like I think Red River. I can't remember Red River or Rio Bravo. One of them reminded me of Paper Moon. Just like the skies were really beautiful.
Yeah. It's got to be Red River.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Red River. I mean, it was obviously that one was very shot on location. Where Rio Bravo seemed more sets and obviously like a little town, but
it was
Red River. Yeah, that one just had like, and I wish there was just a better quality version to watch because it just looked so good.
Right.
Like it really was expansive and all of this in like a 4:3 aspect ratio too.
Yeah, which really taking advantage.
Yeah, which ends up being not the norm for Westerns at a certain point.
Yeah.
They end up wanting to really emphasize the
anamorphic.
Yeah, and the ultra vision or whatever it's called. Yeah, you know what I mean? Vista vision.
The full frame stuff.
Yeah. It really lends itself to that, but it's pre that.
Totally.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't. set that standard yet.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna give you a little curveball here.
Sure.
What
The big sleep.
No. What is the difference in style? Because you said two things that I agree another director does of the time too.
Billy Wilder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What is the difference between the two in your mind?
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I think the difference is like their own personality, right?
Yeah.
Because Wilder, his films are so fun and lively, and there's a lot of antics and hijinks, and they really balance like tragedy and comedy really well. Whether you're in a traditional comedy or whether you're in a traditional drama, like he's bringing a lot of different elements and like emotions to the story and the characters and everything. And the dialogue is obviously like top notch.
Yeah.
I think with Howard Hawks, like post Screwball, like dialogue stopped becoming like important to the
Your dialogue
film.
wasn't action in the same way.
Yeah. And so you see more where the camera becomes like the storytelling device. The actors, the blocking, the editing become more important in like the Westerns, I want to say, because there's less dialogue and there's more like things going on. He just like understands the filmmaking kind of process and like the storytelling techniques and stuff like that. Because Guillermo mentioned literature is like a big aspect of Howard Hawks's filmmaking. He would often bring in like William Faulkner to like write scripts for him.
Oh wow.
And would like adapt Hemingway and like other writers, like short stories and stuff like that. So story is like very important to like the way he builds out everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, I forgot Billy Wilder and Howard Hawks. I feel like Howard Hawks is more stern in like the tone and the attitude and stuff.
100% agree. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
I've
a
been
little
thinking
more
that-
serious and
I feel like the editing too is it feels more reserved in Hawks stuff.
Yeah.
Where like it just and it less like really in your face. Cause also does Hawks use like close-ups of faces?
Yeah, probably not.
I don't think
remember
so.
any
Like I just
specifically
like Billy Wilder, I just feel like he's in there
Right.
so much more too. So I think
his
there's
shots
also
yeah.
Yeah.
He has crazy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And you could say Billy Wilder's films, like they are obviously, there's so many of them in the top 250. There's all of these things like they are something else in some ways. Yeah.
And he's like participating in the writing and stuff. So it feels more like a cohesive thing top to bottom.
Yes. Yeah. Because Howard Hawks isn't writing his stuff. He just appreciates good writing and writing. Yeah.
And like understands story from a director's standpoint, but not, I don't think he's like writing a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. And then I think another thing is, and a lot of critics or whatever writers point to this, is like the Hawksian woman. Like he writes women very differently from other people during the time. Very like, if you say modern or contemporary, and that they're like usually working, or they're very assertive and they're very like masculine in their presentation, so to speak.
Yeah.
Not subservient to like whatever.
Yeah.
Even though they are very like still romantic and like talking about marriage and relationships and stuff, they're still like offering a different side that other films weren't necessarily doing at the time.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I think Red River is probably the only one I would say doesn't feel like it does that as much, because it does devolve a little bit into the classic female hysteria that kind of comes upon some of these characters in old movies, where they just kind of like can't handle the moment.
Yeah.
Something kind of melts their brain. And like,
is that the one where she has like a little monologue at the end?
She has a monologue at the end. She's holding the gun at them. She's like, "Don't you get up?" Because they're fighting each other, and both John Wayne and Montgomery are there arguing, or I mean, literally beating each other up. And she comes in with a gun and is like, "Stop doing that. What do you think you're doing? Yada, yada. You love each other. I don't know what you're thinking." That sort of thing. And
maybe
then
I'm thinking of the other movie.
Yeah. But, and it's I mean, the Red River ending is so interesting because it's so, it almost like betrays the rest of the movie.
Right.
Like it feels like what I thought a Howard Hawksian thing would be, where the rest of the movie feels like a very like almost like very serious drama through the whole thing, and then all of a sudden we get to like, oh, we're just boys at the end, just fighting each other. Yeah, exactly. Basically, it was just very strange to me.
Yeah, a weird roundabout thing. It definitely feels like of the time where you can't have an unhappy ending or something.
Totally. It's like, what could they do? But man, did they make John Wayne a motherfucker in that?
I mean, evil.
Yeah, it felt like all of like there was all of these bad things going on.
Yeah.
And
because he was like sabotaging, right, and stuff.
Yeah.
If I remember
correctly.
Who?
John Wayne?
Yeah. Like he would do stuff to like thwart other people, right? Or something.
I don't know about that, but he was very controlling, and I mean when people disobeyed, he would kill them.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. That's why he was bad. He was killing his employees.
Yeah.
When they didn't follow his instructions. And that's what literally, I mean, thank God, that's literally what makes one of the characters be like, hey, we're not doing this anymore. And then there's basically a coup or a mutiny.
Because they're bringing cows across the country.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's no need for them in Texas. So they're like, we got to go take these cows to somewhere where we can sell them.
Yeah.
And so it's Missouri is where John Wayne wants to go. But then everyone keeps hearing about, Abilene in Kansas. We got to go there. There's a railroad. And he doesn't believe it. And so there's all of these like making these people like starve themselves to do this trip.
Right.
And not listening to them. And eventually the workers kind of take over. And then John Wayne's basically on a mission to kill. And so it's all dark, and then it ends with smiles. And
they're all happy and chill.
So funny.
Yeah, it did feel like, we just ended?
Yeah.
Like, that was it? Because it ends right after they make up. Like, literally the second after.
And then it's like such a sentimental ending, because he's like, now I'm going to make your name part of the brand, too.
Yeah, it was so cheesy.
I was like, what is going on?
Like a complete 180 from the really scene that just preceded it. Yeah.
So that was just very interesting. And
that was very interesting.
Yeah, I think Howard Hawks comedy is just like a part of the DNA.
Yeah,
because even Rio Bravo has a lot of comedy in it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. I guess. I mean, Big Sleep does. You know, there are some points, but it's not as heavy. It's a film noir. It's not really meant to. But
right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just a little thing I thought.
Sure.
And it was good you brought up the female characters, because I think generally I agree that they are they do kind of feel like beyond, a little more contemporary.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Especially what's her face? Not Marilyn Monroe, but
Jane Russell.
Yeah, she's
awesome.
Yeah, she's very modern for a character.
For sure.
Very much like a little more free love kind of person.
For sure.
And it's great, and it doesn't feel like she's that. Like I could see that being like a character trait that they're like, oh, she's stupid, or like she like fails in the end, or like something bad happens to her. But no, like it's not like that.
Her for it. Yeah.
It's nothing like that. It's literally just the character. And so Gentlemen Prefer Blondes felt very contemporary in a lot of ways. Like there were some really funny moments, but it also the musical numbers were very classic.
Iconic.
Yeah. That Marilyn Monroe one with all the guys around is very iconic.
Girls Prefer or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. That one was interesting, because I feel like I had written a little bit about this. But like I feel like Marilyn Monroe is always at the center of like this gendered discourse, especially like with the way she's represented in the characters she kind of has to embody. And so when you look at like something that we've seen, All About Eve, like she's not particularly represented in a great way. She's kind of like ditzy and dumb and like easily taken advantage of and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like this movie is taking that character archetype that she normally does and is like kind of prodding it and like making fun of it and like wink wink nod nod, like I'm playing into it, but also using it as my advantage over other people and stuff. So it has a weird sort of like meta like conversation going on with it.
Yeah.
With like who Marilyn Monroe is and like this character.
Yeah, because she's more of a gold digger in this one. So
Right.
there's that aspect of like, I know what kind of character I am,
But
and I'm going to use it to my
also-
advantage.
Yeah, she like more than a gold. I guess gold digger works, but like it almost seems like an elevated because she's like planning and plotting and like tricking them beyond just like using someone for their things. She's like actively attaining something that she wants, sort of a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I found like interesting.
Yeah.
And like, cause at first I was like, whoa, this feels weird. But it like, I was understanding, like it grew on me over time. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually had watched Gentlemen Prefer Blondes a little bit
like
before.
on your own, right?
On my own, because I was just kind of on a Marilyn Monroe kick. I was just really liking her thing. We've seen her in All About Eve.
Yeah.
We obviously Some Like It Hot.
Yeah.
And I find her story very interesting.
Yeah.
And was not disappointed in this, and realized like, oh my God, so many of the classic moments are in this film.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to like Asphalt Jungle and The Misfits, and there's a few other ones that kind of change it up or are unique.
Yeah, because I feel like this character takes the All About Eve, like her charisma and her on-screen presence is so good in All About Eve, but it feels like a little reserved. Like this one takes it up to the next level.
Yeah.
And you can feel Hawks like really taking it, like elevating her performance and her like showmanship.
And she's a lead character. I mean, she's the lead.
Right.
So it kind of has to happen.
Right.
We need like these character bits to now become tools to move the plot forward.
Exactly.
Yeah. I watched it. It was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It felt warm and nice and glitzy.
Yeah.
Very classic Hollywood.
I watched this like right before the musical stuff. So this.
Oh, nice. Like, that's a great. Yeah. Great.
Just to imbue it even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. We're just jumping around.
Yeah, jumping around.
Yeah. Big Sleep.
Yeah. I guess something connecting Big Sleep and Gentlemen Prefer Blondes is like, I feel like a Hawks movie is pretty horny. There's a lot of like sexual subtext going on in his films, I feel like. And I would
they do. Yeah, I'd agree.
You know what I mean?
Gentlemen Prefer Blondes is sexy.
Yeah.
It's full of it.
It's full
without
like,
showing it.
Overtly.
Yeah. Like everything. It's about the body. It's about all, it's about attraction.
Right.
It's about pulling all these things together.
And like tricking. Yeah. And I would say like Red River and Rio Bravo, it's so hard for me to like split them apart.
Yeah,
but
I'll help.
Those films, there's like a queer coded subtext to them with like
John Wayne would have hated that.
John Wayne, I know, but that's why people love doing that.
Yeah.
John Wayne and Montgomery Clift, and then John Wayne and Dean Martin, like they have these like really intimate relationships, and they're like really close, and they'll like you still give up women to like help their friend, and a lot of people read that as like coded homosexuality or whatever. But to bring it back to the Big Sleep, I found this film like very sensual in the way it's shot, and like the editing and the music and the way they like everyone's looking at each other and holding each other. It just felt like such a sensual type of film.
Yeah.
That kind of like sneaks up on you.
You
know, without you like, and I feel like noir is maybe innately sensual.
Yeah.
Because of like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like it does feel like a lot of films use that like sexuality as a weapon sort of a thing. Like I'm thinking of Double Indemnity, where it's like
it's the femme fatale.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big part of it, but also just like in the way it's shot and like Vertigo.
Oh yeah.
Vertigo is like this really tense thriller drama.
Yeah.
But it had, when you watch it in the way, you know, the editing and the camera, it feels so sensual. Like it feels like a romantic movie.
Yeah.
Like yearning and like looking and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's just something about these sorts of movies that can pull out an attraction within the camera work and stuff. I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. This movie has a sweaty scene. I know we've talked about sweaty movies.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of it is like there's something correlating sweatiness and like horniness and being really boiling up and tense and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah. Queer being such a great example of just like sweaty, sexy, horny, and yeah,
totally.
Yeah. That director is obviously
the
sexy,
king
horny.
of sweaty, sexy, horny movies.
I will say, and maybe I'm just dumb. Okay.
Sure.
I'm willing to admit that.
No, I don't think you're dumb.
No, stop.
I think I know exactly.
I haven't said the thing yet.
Right?
I was not able to follow The Big Sleep.
No, yeah, you're not dumb.
Like that.
That is everyone's experience.
It was insane. I felt like I was like, no, not a new character.
Like, wait,
no.
The movie just ended.
Yeah, I'm like, no, please don't. Or so many names, so many things. I was just like, I was dying. And
this is like the bad Sound of Music.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was no confusion in Sound of Music.
Yeah, right. Like it's crazy how that worked, and then this one just made it more convoluted.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Inherent Vice?
No, but I need to.
Yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson's film noir as well.
With the walking.
Yes, with the walking phoenix.
Yeah.
I was like, there is walking in it. That's what I heard when you said that. That's a movie. Inherent Vice. I watched it.
Movie, yeah.
Okay. That was a movie that I watched. And I left and I did not get it. Like so much had happened, so many characters.
Right.
And that movie is even more like new character every time. And that feels like the point a little bit.
Sure.
Because the character's kind of like falling into this world and didn't really intend to be.
Yeah.
So it always it's like, what the hell? On. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where this felt like it was like, oh yeah.
There's no
yeah. But that's good to know that maybe I'm not dumb.
Everything that I read about this movie is like it is incomprehensible. Like no one understands it. Even Howard Hawks like didn't even know what was going on.
Oh wow. Howie.
So that's kind of like the mysticism with this movie is that like it basically doesn't make any sense. Like if you try to follow the story, you know,
it is so strange.
Yeah, I mean, it's the weirdest thing.
The good thing is that the cinematography and the acting and everything like that, they make it clear. They make it clear what the intention of every scene is, what the conflict of the scene is.
Yeah,
I never went into a scene being like, the only question I had going into a scene was, what is their name?
Yeah, totally.
But other than that, I got it.
Yeah, I think within the scene you understand what's happening.
Yeah.
But like the story overall is like it makes no fucking sense. It basically feels like it repeats over and over and over again because you're basically in another room with other people and you're trying to like, get something out of them.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like David Lynch and like how I feel watching his movies.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I get the emotion that's like here, you know?
That's a great way to describe David Lynch. Yeah.
Yeah. And it makes sense because The Big Sleep, it almost feels intentional to me that it's like convoluted and doesn't make sense because it feels like a dream throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Which is Lynchian. You know what I mean?
I'd say another Lynchian connection that we're making here
like
is
the noir thing.
Is noir, but also sensuality.
Yes, totally.
Is a huge part of Lynchian cinema.
Yeah, totally.
Is that it's always steeping in that, and every character is basically in love with the next character, and there's just like even the way they.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
This movie made me think of Mulholland Drive.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then so this was one of the films that Faulkner had written on. William Faulkner.
Okay. Wow.
So
so
whatever that means.
Yeah, I mean that maybe makes more sense. It's like because this kind of like grand literature idea.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I think this was my favorite.
Of all of them?
Yeah.
Of all the ones we saw?
Of the squad.
Oh wow. Okay.
I just like enjoyed how it made me feel.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Oh, it's cool. It's cool to see Humphrey Bogart in classic action.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Humphrey.
Yeah.
You know, it reminded me of Casablanca too.
Yeah.
I think.
He just seems so like he feels to me like he came from another dimension. This guy, like, there's something that almost isn't Hollywood about him, because he has a very interesting look that there still is no one that I've ever seen that looks quite like Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah.
Like there is like even an acting style and everything. Like he is so
He's
on
like a
his
Muppet.
own thing. Yeah, there's something so unique about him
Right.
that whenever you watch it, it's just like I can't even. He's graded on a curve, anyways.
Yeah.
Like he is. It's not as bad as like sometimes with John Wayne, for example. Now that we've seen too, it's like John Wayne feels like he's just doing John Wayne.
Yeah.
Like he just has like one speed. It's John Wayne.
Right.
And there's some other actors that are like that, Vin Diesel or something like that.
The Rock.
Yeah, the Rock can feel that way. And some people could say Nicolas Cage, but I think Nicolas Cage is deeper than
chameleon.
that. Yeah, he's a chameleon. But he did for a time. I mean, for a time it was kind of
There
like
is
generic.
a Nick Cage generic thing.
That's yeah. But then he's also folded that, origamied
Right.
it, and he's all over the place.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, no, I'm happy to see. And this one, I mean, this is a legendary movie too.
The Big Sleep.
Yeah, The Big Sleep. Yeah. So
there's a lot of stuff written about this.
yeah. Love the poster. It's really cool too. I think.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I enjoyed it as well.
Nice.
Lauren Bacall was in another film that we have talked about on the pod. Can you see off the
Vaudeville.
top? You're probably looking it up,
No.
weren't you? Oh, you saw
That
it.
was
You
off
remember?
the rip. I do remember seeing her name though in that movie.
Yeah.
Because there's a few where like a big star will show up and they're like super old, which I think is like awesome. I love when that happens.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Rio
Grande.
Bravo.
I always want to say Rio Grande
You're gonna mess up everything.
every single time.
Yeah.
Well, before we get there,
Yeah.
we didn't mention how much. Red
Yeah,
River.
yeah,
how
yeah.
much Red River influenced Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the comparison?
I mean,
all?
I haven't seen anything online about it, but if you're talking about like just with my own two eyes watching it,
Yeah.
I mean, I get it from and maybe you can elaborate if there's more you know. I get it from a setting perspective and like a cinematography perspective and everything like that. I guess now that I'm like really thinking about it, I see the mentor and the mentee relationship.
Ding 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 ding.
Okay,
ding,
there we go.
ding.
Got it. I just had to think for a second.
Yeah, I mean that's what I think.
Yeah.
he pulled from it is like
I see that.
this older character and the younger character going on this enterprise. That enterprise killing people, and then this guy having to confront his older mentor character and like needing to stop the killing, basically.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's cool.
I didn't actually give it that much thought.
Yeah,
and now I see it.
Nice.
Yeah. I just, there's so much that is great about Red River. Like I did not think it was going to go there.
Right.
Like it felt like it was just going to be this classic Western wagon train and everything like that.
It broods and like
it's willing to go there, which
yeah.
makes the ending even more
so weird.
strange.
Yeah. It does feel like a studio intervention.
Yeah.
thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that was Montgomery Clift's like first movie.
Yeah. So that's putting him on the scene as the new like heartthrob.
Yeah.
That was the word I was looking for earlier.
Oh, Heartthrob.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah.
The James Dean, because I think even James Dean was around this time as well.
Yeah. 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that new crop?
Yeah. So Red River starting John Wayne and Montgomery Clift.
Yeah. Crazy.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't seen any Montgomery Clift yet.
No, we haven't. I don't think
fitting that we saw this maybe.
I don't think I even without the pod, I don't think I've ever
You've
seen
never
anything.
seen what?
I don't think so. Let me click on his name.
What?
I really don't think I've seen any other Montgomery Clift. If you could holler if you
I've definitely seen A Place in the Sun.
I'm on a place in the sun. Gonna tell everyone to lie. And no, I haven't seen it. From Here to Eternity, Judgment at Nuremberg. Place in the Sun. Misfits I really want to watch. Because that's also Clark Gable's last movie. It's also Marilyn Monroe's last movie. There's a lot about that one that just feels like it hits on so many levels, and it's a Western.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of good stuff going on with that.
Nice. Yeah, Place in the Sun is cool. It has Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh.
And I think that influenced Killers of the Flower Moon as well.
Oh, okay.
Because there's like a relationship thing and he like kills her or something.
Wow.
Spoiler.
Fuck.
Take it back. It's interesting. So like so how did Rio Bravo compare to Red River for you?
Well, Rio Bravo felt like it never, you know, I'm saying this, but you know, that it's not the whole thing I'm going to define Red River, but Rio Bravo didn't betray itself, I guess.
Okay. The ending.
It knew what it was doing. I think like it had the right, like if we're talking about dials here, it had the right amount of humor, a lot more humor than you would think. Like it felt like it was really trying to be funny at times with the kind of like seriousness of the matter. Yeah. I think something I like about Rio Bravo, not to say, you know, once again, these aren't like exclusives and why I don't like Red River as much or what have you, but I like that it was in one town. It's like night by night. It's the timeline is really short. You can just feel the pressures building.
Right. It's very contained or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. And I generally do like nice and contained movies. Sure. And so that's one thing I liked about it. Yeah.
Because what was this one again?
What do you mean?
What did they do in this one?
This is the one where they capture right off the bat.
Yeah.
They jailed the guy.
Yeah.
Kind of the guy who's being the... It starts... I gotta say, the movie starting off like happened too fast almost. Like it was just like scene after scene after scene. And then now we're kind of in the movie that was intended. Sure. They basically just had to have like all of these things kind of happen.
Like a prelude.
Yeah. To kind of just show the character. But it was like, as much as I would think it's a prelude, it happened just like the night before the movie starts. Sure, yeah. You know? And all of a sudden they're like, Dean Martin and John Wayne, they're best friends, you know? And it was just like the drunk guy that he's now just recruiting. Yeah. And so John Wayne in this, he's a fucking loser. Like, I mean, talk about just a guy who's just like recruiting anyone. Like he's a sheriff that is just like down on it. Yeah. And I don't think John Wayne
What do you mean?
Well, I think that like he has no real like partners that are useful. I guess he eventually gets that kid, but he is kind of out on his own, not really able to solve his own problems. It's like collecting people, Wizard of Oz style a little bit to like help him on this. Yeah. But John Wayne he's not playing it in that way, which I think makes it better. Like that this guy feels like he does have, understand everything and he's got this master plan and it's all going to work out for him. Right. If he just keep, you know, keeps like I've got great taste in people. If I get this guy, then I know it's going to be good or whatever. But me watching it, I'm just like, this guy sucks. But in a lovable way. Sure. You know, you kind of have an interesting crew. I liked Dean Martin a lot. And I especially loved the musical portions and that the movie was just willing to kind of, during that one scene, just like play a whole song and everyone just got to sit around and sing along. And it was just kind of a nice little respite. And I liked music as a way to like bring people together. Yeah. Yeah. Which was a cool little part of that.
Yeah, no, true.
What about you? What's your like Red River, Rio Bravo comparison?
I guess
or do you know the difference?
Like, story is the big thing, and yeah, I guess Red River feels more expansive in the way it's shot. Like Rio Bravo is, like you said.
Talk about the exact opposite.
Yeah, one's like way more inside and intimate.
Yeah,
and
one's like months long.
Yeah,
and all over
the country. Yeah, true. Yeah, so I guess they are kind of like different in aesthetic. I definitely. I'm basically not gonna answer your question.
That's fine.
I remember most explicitly with this movie, Angie Dickinson's like monologue at the end
Yeah.
to John Wayne, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
That to me felt very Hawksian in like, I just like the way she was articulating a lot of the stuff she was saying.
Like you said, she's a woman that knows what she wants.
Yeah.
And is willing to say it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's what it feels like is a very Hawksian.
Right. Yeah.
thing.
It just felt very forward.
Forward might be a good way to say it too. Like
Yeah.
all the women are pretty forward about what they want.
Right. And like outspoken.
Yeah, maybe Marilyn Monroe isn't, but like
She's
explicitly, but she acts as if it is.
Right.
Yeah. But her character
still
is
very forward, it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like that, I think kind of caught me by surprise because the whole movie you don't really see her in that light or like expressing herself like that. So that was really cool. Yeah, the song was cool.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting your money with Dean Martin.
Yeah.
You may as well fucking put it in.
Right. Like you kind of expect a song to be there with Dean Martin. I think the big thing with Rio Bravo, and maybe people talk about this a lot, but this was like a response to High Noon. Basically using the same story, but like creating a quote unquote American version of it. Because do you know the lore behind this?
You had kind of mentioned it to me, but can you refresh me and refresh our audience on what the lore is?
Sure, yeah. So this movie, High Noon, featuring Gary Cooper, was written by Carl Foreman.
Who would become blacklisted, correct?
He was blacklisted during the HWAC, like McCarthyism stuff. And so High Noon was like an allegory for that experience. Like the threat to the town and then like doing the right thing and stuff like that. And so John Wayne and Howard Hawks would go on and like criticize this film, and John Wayne
for being that way.
Yes. John Wayne later called High Noon un-American and said he did not regret helping run the writer out of the country.
Yeah, John Wayne is
fucking crazy.
Yeah, he's not a good guy.
Yeah. So according to film historian Emmanuel Levy, Wayne and Hawks teamed up deliberately to rebut High Noon by telling a somewhat similar story their own way, portraying a hero who does not show fear or inner conflict and who never repudiates his commitment to public duty, while only allying himself with capable people despite offers of help from many other characters.
Yeah.
It's just like
John Wayne knows the one role he can play. And he's like, yeah. I mean, that dude thought he was the all-American, and people probably told him, you're the all-American man.
Yeah.
And was playing that up, but God. So then that colors Hawks a bit too. That's kind of gross. Yeah.
Well, that's why I like him as a character, because he seems so nuanced and conflicted. Because on the one hand, he has like this very sort of contemporary view of like women, and like his films feel queer. You know what I mean? Like they feel very different than what other movies are doing with like gender and like roles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then like he's been outspoken about like being super conservative with social values, not wanting to be political, like not really caring about a lot of these things. And so there are these two poles of like, the McBride article had mentioned like a lot of these things are super subconscious to the point where he doesn't even acknowledge, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause like he was really big on like the, sexuality thing. Like he acknowledged adding sexuality to his films because that's what audiences kind of want, but then not really going in so far with the women thing or the queerness or whatever, like some stuff like that. And so, there is like a weirdness because I have seen High Noon and I love, like, that is my favorite.
Feels more.
That's my favorite Western.
Yeah, that feels more my vibe too.
Yeah. And so like seeing this was like, it feels like a flatter version of High Noon, if that makes any sense. Because obviously it's just ripping that story and whatever.
Yeah. Well, that'll be a good duo episode we'll have to do at some point, is the High Noon Rio Bravo.
Yeah, we'll have to compare it. Yeah, maybe I'll put that.
Yeah, add that to the damn list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Yeah, and I guess that makes sense with kind of how I was describing John Wayne's character, is like
Right.
nothing goes wrong. He's always going to be
Right.
just fine.
Yeah, you're kind of alluding to the character type they're trying to build. Yeah. Yeah. So that's like, I guess, the film history part of Rio Bravo
Yeah.
and like the lore. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. And anything
Yeah.
else you want to say on Rio Bravo?
Nah, nothing off.
Yeah.
Let me look at my notes. I don't think so. Yeah, that was it. Oh, I guess like we have a Howard Hawks Screwball movie.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think a Howard Hawks Western is? Can you find that with these two? Does that make sense yet, or need more?
That's such a good. Well, stars John Wayne.
Yeah. Easy
One
answer.
point. And stars what's the other guy that's in both?
Oh, the other dude.
Ward Bond. Yeah.
Yeah.
So has to star
Walter Brennan.
not Ward Bond. Yeah, Walter Brennan. Ward Bond we've seen a number of times. Yeah, Walter Brennan. So Walter Brennan and John Wayne
Nice.
are good friends.
Yeah.
No, but in terms of, I don't know, Rio Bravo, and I guess it is, and what, Red River feels like the all-American movie. Like, it feels like it's dealing with all of these classic American tropes.
Red River.
Yeah, Red River. That I can see after, kind of talking about the High Noon connection.
Sorry. Excuse me.
Hey, wake up. Zap up. But seeing like the Rio Bravo connection too, and knowing now a little bit more, yeah, it feels like, we're talking about like running meat across the country, like
and the landscape.
Yeah, the landscape and just the attitudes of the characters, and also this like rugged individualism that's classic America.
Right.
Like we're going to suffer for money, and it's all worth it for this and all of that, and then like
literally
even
die.
Yeah, and then like even and then like very anti-workers' rights is very not to say the movie isn't, but because at a certain point, I think that they kind of rise up, but there still is like this: the boss is gonna run you ragged.
Yeah.
And then even the way women are represented in Red River is a little more concerning, I guess, to me.
Sure.
Like especially like John Wayne asking like, "Will you bear my son?"
Yeah, that was weird.
That was strange.
To his, like, because wasn't she a dating or affiliated with the Montgomery Clift character?
Yes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But it was all like my interpretation, with the way the dialogue went after that, was like he was also just like using it to find out if she still loved him.
Loved him or
loved Walt Montgomery. Because he basically was like, I knew it. I knew you still loved him, sort of thing after that.
I see.
Because she like kind of breaks down.
Yeah, that scene was really weird to me, for sure.
Yeah, because she says yes to having the kid, but under one condition: he doesn't go kill Montgomery.
Yeah.
And he's all like, you still love her, or you still love him. And then she starts to break down. And,
right. I see.
Yeah. So that was strange, but also feels very American of the time.
Yeah,
to like see. And I think, when we're talking, and we'll have to, do American Westerns more, because I think that there is this, like we've seen before, and will be good for us to better understand, is this making of America's image. And Red River is full of it. I mean, the way it treats Native Americans obviously is very
shitty.
Yeah, I mean, it's the classic way, though. It's the way we know. It's cowboys and Indians. It's that classic trope.
Right.
So his movies his Westerns play into all the tropes.
I see.
Like, I'm not seeing either of them breaking the mold necessarily. But I haven't seen that many Westerns either.
Sure.
So I can't really say, but that feels like they're kind of just playing ball with the tools they have. And Rio Bravo was at least a little funnier, and it kind of felt a little more comedic. but obviously Red River was, it was very unique cinematographically, and also had I love the changing of the characters, relationships, and
In Red River.
yeah, in Red River, and how the betrayals and all of those
Yeah.
things, and then basically this fear of like being hunted. I mean, that all felt very unique to me and interesting.
Yeah.
So, long answer. I don't really. I guess now I'm saying
No
the short
fucking
answer.
clue.
I don't know. Short answer. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I think that aligns with like a Howard Hawks movie in general, right? It's like
Yeah.
there really is no definition. He just makes like solid movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you bring up good points though, and maybe you're just speaking to the Western genre in general, and maybe we need a Western episode
Yes,
to really
we do.
hone this in.
We do.
So that we understand what these films are doing and not doing. Like I think you said, like what are the Western tropes? Like what are there rules and like how are they? Is this breaking them in any way?
Yeah.
Because I am interested in that. I can't really answer that off the top of
Yeah.
my head, even though I've seen a few Westerns and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't really understand.
Yeah, and I've seen Stagecoach. I've seen
Yeah.
like some of the other like really big ones. I forget what the other really big John Wayne one is. That's also
Stagecoach
and oh my god, it starts with an S too. I think
Searchers.
Searchers. Yes, yes.
there's another one I feel like.
Yeah. So I've seen those. It's been a while though. I haven't seen it since we've done the pod. So it would be useful to see those. It'd be useful to see where Westerns start. Obviously,
Right.
Westerns even start.
Silent era.
I mean, they're like the first movies. I mean, talk
Yeah.
about what's the Great Train Robbery.
Yeah, Great Train Robbery's technically first Western.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it
Cinema history.
it is cinema history, and then it's cool to. And then there's neo westerns that are very interesting that kind of come after the '60s and everything. There's another reimagining of the time and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Totally.
very cool. Okay.
Fun fact. Off the wiki. Well, I read about this too in
Okay.
some articles. Howard Hawks was like really into craftsman stuff, like making things with his hands. And so he made silver belt buckles with the Red River D on it. With like everyone's initials in it. He made them for a number of people. And so John Wayne would wear this Red River
Yeah.
belt buckle in Rio Bravo, in Hatari, and a few other like in Rio Lobo. Yeah, so they have this like weird.
That's funny. Hey, they like each other a lot, you know?
They
Can't
were
deny
down,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you know, Hawks. I think this is maybe a defining factor for him that you kind of had pointed out a little bit is that he liked working with the same people, and that Cary Grant, he keeps going back to even in their 70s. He kept trying to cast him.
Yeah.
Kept casting John Wayne, and so he definitely knows what is good and what he likes and stuff like that.
Yeah. What works well.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Because they were friends. A lot of these people were like his friends outside of work, and like he would just hang out with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there we are.
Yeah, Howard Hawks. There's not much else to say because he is a weird
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah. I think, you know, if there's an
There's a
inevitable Howard Hawks too.
There has to be, right?
Um,
Because he's so deep,
yeah, I'll be really,
like a deep well.
I'll be even more interested to learn about like really some of the upbringings of like his real start. I think I'll be interested in some of his really early work to see. That's always a great way to try to,
His silent movies.
yeah, like what were some of the really early Howard Hawks and then the last Howard Hawks and comparing and contrasting those two. I like doing that with
A Girl in Every Port and then Rio Lobo.
yeah, Rio Lobo. And Rio Lobo is John Wayne too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their last movie. I guess just to express my admiration, I feel really inspired or just like resonant with his work and him as a person. I think he's one of those directors that like will make the same movie over and over again, like return to the same stories and the same characters and stuff. And I really find those types of directors fascinating because there's like an obsession they can't really get satisfied with,
Yeah.
or whatever. And like you had mentioned earlier, like he's kind of the proto mumblecore. Oh yeah, actually,
Come on.
I saw so much influence on Godard in his movies, like the way it's shot, the pacing, the way he's using music. Like Godard is like taking that and then like I wouldn't say reinventing, but he's using it in his own way. Like in a similar way that I saw in M, because like Fritz Lang is I feel like an influence on Godard as well. Like I could see so much of Godard's movies, like in the way Hawks is like shooting and like setting things up and editing them and stuff like that. Because I know Godard would write a lot about him.
Oh yeah, because he was part of that.
Yeah, and use him as like an example of auteurship and stuff like that.
Yeah. Interesting. I would love to read what he wrote about Hawks.
Hawks. Yeah,
that would be very interesting. What
That'd
was
be a cool visit,
what was Godard's
take.
What he thought on who Howard Hawks? That's good.
I have a book. Maybe I can bring that too.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe that's an episode.
Well, now we have homework.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I might check that out when I get home.
Sweet.
Yeah, because that sounds really cool. Because it is interesting seeing the influences on your influences.
Yes.
And like, oh, whoa, you can backtrack a lot of the things that they're doing.
And to be able to look at, I mean, the fact that Godard wrote as like a film critic, basically.
Right. So you can see how.
You can literally see. Because I have like so many questions about David Lynch's influences and all these things.
Yeah.
And you get some interviews here and there, but he also
super private.
Yeah, he was a pretty private guy.
Yeah.
Never liked to answer questions, all of them directly.
Right.
You know, plenty of questions.
Like roundabout answers.
Yeah. He had a lot of other things to think about, right?
Yeah, because he's an easy director to be like, oh, this feels like
what, Lynch?
Yeah, because we've already done that twice, right? Where like picked out films that feel like his movies already.
Yes. His is so clear. Like he makes it's very obvious what a Lynchian movie is.
Right. So but he never says like, I like this movie. I like that movie.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Wizard of Oz. But
because I couldn't find anything. We talked about Picnic at Hanging Rock.
Right.
As an example.
I was thinking of that.
There's nothing online that says like, oh, this is what Lynch thought about this movie or anything. It's just like a Reddit thread of people being like, he probably liked this movie.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm surprised there's no like academic stuff on it.
At least I didn't see in my searches of it. Yeah, because I was like, I gotta know. It'd be yeah.
That seems like a 1-to-1 thing. Yeah.
I mean, that
like
feels
pretty
so
obvious.
Proto-Lynchian. Yeah.
Yeah.
But not too
Maybe
proto.
you can write something on it.
I know. Yeah. People have a lot of good, there's a lot of interest in Picnic at Hanging Rock. Like that does seem like something that comes up more than not in some cases. Like I've
in general.
Just in general. Like I see like,
pretty
that is
iconic.
It's an iconic movie. Yeah.
It has an aesthetic. It has such a mood to it.
Yeah.
And it says so much, I feel like.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
And weird. And Lynch.
Weird. Yeah, it is Lynchian. Proto-Lynchian.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Right on.
So,
okay.
Hawks.
Howie
H.
Howie Winchester Hawks.
Yeah.
We love you.
Winchester.
Well, I don't know enough about you to say that, but I appreciate you.
Yeah. We're glad that you existed and made films and left this legacy for us.
Thank you.
To pick up on.
We're going to use that soundbite for every director.
Yeah. It's like,
thank you.
We're going to go back in time.
Yeah. All right, folks. On the sound of Kevin's laughter or whatever that was. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Wind Reel and Print is a podcast by Salad Brain Productions.
You can find us on Instagram at Wind Reel and Print Pod.
You can also find us wherever you get your podcasts.
And please, if you like the show, leave a rating and review. We'll see you next time.